Hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. And another video to be done here. Another video to be done. Let me greet everybody real quick. Havard na hadu gudag ola oi to the vein. Basis los bonjour mes amis. Kedu bawani konnichiwa. Ni hao ni ama. Sani banani. Jambar barigani. Assalamu alaikum and shalom. All right. As we get down with the get down. All right. One of the things I would like to point out is the okie doke is in full effect. Okay, in full effect. And people just, brothers and sisters, you need to beware. All right, so I'm going to just do a quick thing here. Basically, because of what I saw on the Today Show, and more or less what I heard. And so they were going over the debates. All right. And listen to a couple of things. And I don't know why anybody will have any dealings with the Democrats any longer if you are African American, black community, ADOS, the descendants of slaves, all right, which I called us first, or anybody else. All right. What we have here is a significant problem that Hollywood, the media, and everybody, because it's worked so well. Well, it really hasn't worked well. It only worked well enough is because of who they consider as being the black community, so to speak. Remember, when you only think that the female in said community is the only thing that makes up that community, matter of fact, anything they do for the so-called black community since the Obama regime, all right, only included the so-called black woman. I want y'all to think about that for a minute. So we got this woman, Kamala Harris. Okay. So basically, she's in the news because she moved up tied with Elizabeth Warren. Now, of all the people that's making any kind of sense on the Democratic Party, it would be Elizabeth Warren when she says you need to break up Google. Google has gotten so bad as far as squashing the voices of the people that's telling the actual truth and the sharing of true information. They've gotten so bad that we have to go to other sources. One being, I use DuckDuckGo now. All right. I use DuckDuckGo mostly. All right. Because Google is too intrusive. And they lie. If I want to look something up, they'll give me something opposite than what I'm trying to look up. All right. And so this is the problem with Google. Now, basically, let me take you on a journey real quick. Basically, what's going on in the media is this. We're going to do a little Google search as I indicate to you the problem. All right. We have two problems. All right. One, we're going to go to my YouTube. All right. When we log on to my YouTube, I'm going to tell you what they're doing. I just now put 2 videos up. All right. I just now put 2 videos up. I want to show you something. This video right here, I put up after a lot of these other videos. All right. when I put this video up here, remember the B film, immediately they made a judgment on it. As you can see, I put it up on the 29th. It was the first video on the 29th that they made a judgment of and said, okay, we're going to block this, not suitable for advertisement, because it's the black woman angry at Weinstein for not assaulting black women. All right, he only assaulted white women, and that was a problem for this black woman. All the rest of these videos, they waited and waited and waited till I got all the views I can get for the first day, then turned them green. You know why they do this? Right? See, here we go on the 30th. These videos are still waiting, right? But you know why they do this? Because while it's in yellow, nobody gets paid. By the time they turn it green, all the people that they figure will have watched it just all at one time, all right, they'll be gone. Then they turn it green, and so then you make about a couple cents. And that's the trick. Hold on. It's worse than this when we're dealing with these people. All right. Let's look up. All right. Notice what I typed in. I want you to understand this. I typed in black men with black women. What did I type in again, y'all? I typed in black men with black women. As if there is no black men with black women in the United States. They got black women with white women in a relationship, black women, female, white women, female. They got black men with white women, but the first picture they show you is a bunch of black women with white men. Only when you get to famous ones like Pele do you see him with the other woman. All right. So basically, when you type in black men with black women, this is what Google gives you. They don't give you what you asked for. They promote what they want, which is pretty much, as you look down, the white man with black women, or black women who have white wives. I mean, white husbands. I want y'all to understand this. This is what the entire media is doing. Why do I put this up? I was watching the Today Show at breakfast because that's what they have on. Let's see what happens here. Let me see something else. It doesn't matter. If you type it in the other way, black women with black men, you still, the first pictures is black women with white men. All right, I want y'all to understand what's going on here. I want you to understand what's going on here. All right, so let's get to Kamala, Carmel, whatever, Kamala Harris. I say Kamala Harris. All right, let's get to the meat of what's going on. Kamala Harris is by no means a black woman. Her father is an Indian man that went to Jamaica, who's, he goes, my roots go back within my lifetime to my parental grandmother, Miss Christina Brown, descendant of Hamilton Brown, who is on record as plantation and slave owner and founder of Brownstown. And to my maternal grandmother, Miss Iris Nee Fajirian, farmer educator in Antown, investor ancestry unknown to me. Okay, whatever. The Harris name comes from my paternal grandfather, Joseph Alexander Harris, landowner, agricultural producer, exporter, and spices and stuff like that, right? So his family, her family, are slave owners that got rich off of owning slaves, that gave him a good education. Her father, right? Because he was not black. Now, understand when they say he's Jamaica, what they want you to think is that Jamaica means automatically black, but Jamaica is a landmass. Jamaica is not a race. Jamaica is a landmass. So just because he's Jamaican don't necessarily automatically make him a black person. Apparently, Hamilton Brown built Brownstown. All right, he was baptized, catechism, confirmed, so he's Catholic. All right. And so her mother migrated to the United States. Kamala Harris has nothing to do with the experience of Afro people. She's been given the best education. All right. All right. And she's been given that education. The mom took her. She's been in Berkeley. Kamala Harris has suffered none of the pitfalls of being an Afro person. All right. So why is this important? Heavy.com, Fast Facts. That's one article. Why is this important? This is important because the media is trying to misportray Kamala Harris before us, the Afro people, because we have females that are so ignorant. Oh, no, let me say it. And some may be dumb enough to fall for this. All right, I would like to point out the first thing. This is her husband. All right, when I say she has absolutely nothing to do with us, she has absolutely nothing to do with us. Her nor the rest of the Democrats. The reason why Elizabeth Warren would be worth something is because she understands the danger of Google owning everything and advocates that they should be split up. As a matter of fact, a lot of us should advocate that they should be split up. They are a monopoly that is seeking to control what happens. It's a company run by people, and people are crooked because absolute power corrupts absolutely. All right. And so that's her husband. So she has absolutely nothing to do with the so-called Black Americans. All right. So why are they trying to promote her as such? So I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the news show. And I'm like, They're talking about the debates. Now, this is what I know about the debates. When they brought up reparations, all of a sudden people might start going wrong. The woman that asked the question, a white woman, something happened to her mind. So the Democrats, even in the debates, are not debating at all Afro issues. And then when they said, what's the first thing that you would do as president? The only agenda, if you could pass, it had nothing to do with healing the country. DACA, illegal immigrants. Her first thing is about illegal immigration. Think about it. They put more political capital into illegal immigration, not immigration, but illegal immigration, than they would over citizens that's already here. They want to use your tax money for people that don't pay taxes and don't belong legally into the country. Now, I believe that borders should be open all around the world, because to say you can go here, you can't go, that's slavery. But then again, I advocate that everybody in all countries are pretty much slaves of the government, because the government dictates what you can do and not do. And so you can't say that the United States is about laws and all the rest of this stuff when you got a whole party that is willing to throw the laws away to try to get more bodies in here, because they see the destructive power of the BFM in the United States have done a job so thorough on the Afro community that they don't think that they would recover. And they're right. Oh, but we might recover. You know why? Because a lot of dudes are leaving the BFM alone, and they are planting their seed in other women. In other words, they're no longer a viable option for us. The BFM is no longer a viable option for us. All right. Nor any of her handlers. And this would be the Democratic Party. Now, the best thing that news I've seen in a while was that Trump has a 36% approval rating among Black people. We know this is primarily males, right? That means we're waking up. We're going to force people to deal with us one way or the other, right? Because now the Democrats are worried. And the more they don't talk about our issues, the more, not even talk about, do something about, we don't give a hoot what you talk about. See, people were taught to hate a guy, Trump, simply because he beat their girl who made up a bunch of policies that was detrimental to us, especially as Afro men. And you still got some Black dudes that are still so ignorant that they will fight the dudes that's working on their right to be human. And who they're fighting for is the people that's taking away their right to be human or even be alive. You know, that abortion thing, right? And so when you talk about reparations, the Democrats don't even want to broach that, because everybody knows this country owes us. But if you look at the Democrats, most of their ancestors were, yes, against us, the Afro people. Most of their ancestors were for, yes, slavery. Remember, in history, it was the Republicans fighting to free the so-called Black people from slavery by fighting the Democrats. Remember that. Remember that the Republicans were the first party of the Afro people. The first Afro people in anything were conservatives, the Republican Party. It was the Democratic Party that kept everybody back. And the Republican became pretty much the party of anti-Black people when the Democrats signed the act with Martin Luther King and all this, and the integration and the the Civil Rights Bill in 64. And then all those split and joined the Republicans because they were upset. See, neither party was really for us, is because this system was designed by people that aren't for us. We have to be for us first, but we can't be for us first is because our women have so brainwashed us as children that most dudes never grew out of it, and they would fight the very dudes that look like them that are actually doing preserving their ability to fight us. All right. But when I noticed that this woman in the media said that tried to make Kamala Harris out to be a black person, she said her father, who is a black Jamaican from India. I was like, no, he is not a black Jamaican. He is a Jamaican, but not a black one. On the Today Show. All right. And they overlooked that her father's parents or her grandmother, her ancestors owned slaves. They overlooked that. That's why I went back and read it. All right, so this is an issue. All right, I just wanted to point this out. Dudes, we need to stop being hooked, took, bamboozled, hoodwinked, had, all the rest of that. All right, so like, share, subscribe. When you subscribe, click the notification bell. All right, and I'll holler back at y'all after a while. Bye bye.